I've been having a great time with Stellar Blade. I mean, the game is a little bit difficult for me. I don't know why. I don't really have this kind of trouble in these type of games, but for some reason, this game has been kicking my behind. But nevertheless, I've been having fun. So I see some other people having fun as well. You got people out here actually, putting bounties on people. And, I don't really follow, this whole, this back and forth on social media. But I notice in some sectors or one particular sector of the gaming community, there's this back and forth with, censorship and wokeness and all this other stuff. And I've it's been come across my timeline a few times, but I don't really like to talk about it much. But one thing I will say is, um, no matter what situation you're in as far as gaming or just in life, you should never be issuing bounties on people or threatening people over video games. This is something really stupid. I don't understand why people get into stuff like this. So I'm gonna talk about that, and I'm also gonna talk about Akuma, Street Fighter 6 reveal, because I think he looks absolutely awesome. And I'm not gonna show the trailer or whatever, but it looks absolutely amazing. But nevertheless, let's get right into this. There's some people out here. I mean, they're way bigger than me as far as the YouTube and social media platforms, whatever the case may be, are, quote unquote joking around, telling people that, some person should have $20,000 on their head to make them go away, or $30,000 to make them go away over Stellar Blade. And I'm like, this whole censorship thing to me is kind of dumb because I'm just gonna go out there and say it. Let's just be honest. If you're playing the game, you're not going to see is the body parts or the skin that much anyway. Which I'm not saying that the censorship is okay, but I'm just saying you're not. If the game's in motion, you're really not going to see all of that anyway. So I don't really pay attention too much of it. Now, don't get me wrong. I like beautiful women in my games. Like I love the Dead or Alive series. I think there's some great looking women in the games of the past. And, I think that's really cool. But as far as, them censoring a few things here and there, don't get me wrong, I'm not for it, but I mean, let's just think about it, guys. This is video games. You know what I mean? It's a video game. And yes, you have every right to complain about it, and if you have an issue with it, by all means sign the petition that's out there. I don't have an issue with that, but you should never ever be threatening or wanting people to die, or you want to issue a bounty on somebody because a person disagrees with you. That is absolutely stupid. I just don't understand where people coming from with that. It's not that serious. Now, in this day and age, you really could get in trouble for that stuff. If somebody feels threatened, and they feel like there's some type of credence to what you're saying on the internet, you could be held liable for that at the very least. So I'm just saying this just in general. Just please be mindful what you say on the internet, because these type of things can come back to bite you in the butt. It really can. And I think, the person who did this type of, the people who did this type of thing, they kind of realize it. I think one person has been ran off Twitter or X, and another person private their account. So yeah, they kind of understand that. Yeah, it has some magnitude nowadays, especially with the whole situation with swatting and all this other stuff, and if something actually happens to somebody, it could look really bad. So please be mindful. Please be mindful. Now to the fun stuff. Akuma and Street Fighter 6. Now, I have been playing this game a little bit. I haven't been playing much of it as I should. I kind of got away from it. I think the whole Ninja Turtle thing kind of threw me off a little bit, because when they did the Ninja Turtle DLC or whatever they did, the collaboration. I did a video about it a while back, but I will say that the game is actually really good. It's one of the better fighting games out there. It doesn't have all the scrutiny that MK1 and Tekken 8 has right now. Street Fighter 6 has been under the radar, but over the radar at the same time. No scandals, nothing crazy going on that I know of. And the positive stuff, usually when nobody is saying nothing about a game, usually that means the game is good. So so Street Fighter 6 basically redeemed itself from Street Fighter 5. And with this Akuma reveal, I mean, just look at him on the screen. I mean, he looks absolutely awesome. I mean, I'm just sitting here in awe of how well that he looks. I'm sitting there like, man, they really did a good job. I know the Street Fighter Five one, he kind of looked like a flower, and his hair kind of look like that now. But I mean, just look at those arms, man. Dude is like built. Like I'm actually really, I'm ready to play with him in the game because I think, just to see his mechanics and how he works and how his movement is and the moves that he does is going to be absolutely phenomenal. I recently went back and played Street Fighter 4 and I was played what is it, Ani, because he kind of reminds me of Ani. And I played him that version of Akuma and it was just a blast to play with that character. So I can imagine what it's going to be like to play with this one. I think it's going to be really cool and I'm really ready for that. So at the end of the day, guys, I think Capcom got it right on this one. I think they got it right with this game, and I can't wait to see the other reveals that they got because they got like three more characters that's ready to go. I bought the $100 edition of the game, so I'm getting everything as they reveal it or as it releases. So I'm so ready for it, and at the same time, it's like it doesn't get talked about enough. It's one of the more refreshing things in gaming right now that Street Fighter 6, even though some things wasn't 100% perfect, the game is solid and people are having fun with it. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Same thing with Stellar Blade. I'm having fun with it. All the controversy is not, I don't think it's as big as it made out to be. I think if you're not really into it, like on Twitter, watching the people that are bickering about it, if you don't see that, you're just playing a great game. And like I said, I've been doing the same thing, but every now and then I'll see it on my timeline. I see it on YouTube. Somebody did this, somebody did that, but the big picture, nobody should be issuing bounties over video games. Period. I mean, I just think that is absolutely ridiculous. But nevertheless, hey, what can you do? These people are crazy. Some people, it is what it is. But I'm going to continue to be playing these games and enjoying them, man. I'm having a blast now, and hopefully you guys do the same. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you guys for the support. We are still moving up to 500 subs because it's all thanks to you guys. And I cannot thank you guys enough. Like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, y'all. Y'all take it easy. I'm out. Peace.